Hello, Rich. Welcome, welcome. Long time no see. Hello, Jamil Ali. Oh, you guys, I overslept. Overslept my alarm, but I'm here now. Happy life, good to see you. Hello, Yaba. I've got the Manchester City versus Leeds United game on right now. Still 0-0, so waiting for a score. Ernest is here. Hello, guys. Happy Saturday. Hope you all are doing good. Had a feeling you did, says Rich. Yep, I clearly needed it. I don't mess around with catching up on sleep because it's so important. Ernest, thank you for sending the flower. Kevin, how are you? At work, but checking in. Newcastle, West Ham both stink. I don't know if was there a game? I just woke up not too long ago and I am now watching the Manchester City versus Leeds game. Ernest saying had a happy life. Happy life with the hearts. All right, trivia time. Hello, Kaylin. Hello, Rated Frog. All right, so this is from yesterday. I forget who it was who suggested I do this. I think it was maybe Straight Chillin'. Guess my favorite shopping store or clothing store in high school. Come on. Was it? One sec, guys. Just type it in this trivia question. Okay, guess my favorite clothing store in high school. Start poll. There you guys go. Trivia time. Boop. Right there. Hi, Arnav. Kaylin says hi to Happy Life. I got my coffee here, guys. Hardeep Singh, I'm doing good. How are you? Thank you. Gotcha. Hardeep Singh gave a super chat, and then I saw Ernest give a flower earlier, so I got to thank both of you guys. Yeah, I'm doing good on this Saturday. Actually, now it's Saturday afternoon, Hardeep. Rated Frog, Chief of DC. Hello, Chief of DC. Let's see, Rated Frog. Let me add Hardeep to the list. And then Ernest to the list. Kevin says, let's go Leeds. Oh. Coffee time. Woo! Hello, Danielle. How are you doing? Happy Saturday. Oh, I'm excited for just a relaxing Saturday and Sunday. Oh, I'm going to prioritize rest. Very nice. I'm on East Coast JW. Where on the East Coast do you live? Elevator has guide rail. Happy Saturday to you as well. Ernest says, lol, you got some catching up to do. I've had 2 pots today. No. Not trying to get an ulcer. Just 1 cup. 1 cup and I'm done. Happy life. I know the first one is never the right one, but maybe some soft tacos sound good right now. Chris, I did have breakfast, yes. Tristan is in Louisiana. Jorge, thank you. Jose, happy Saturday. Aman says, yes, I did have breakfast. Back to the Future, I'm doing good. I slept in today. I actually overslept my alarm. Well, no, I heard the snooze button, but I snoozed it half consciously and then went back to sleep. And so I was a bit late for this live stream. Mario Quezada, yes. Ernest says, what's your favorite creamer? I don't use creamer. I just have a shot of espresso and then I pour in unsweetened almond milk, and that's it. Back to the Future says happy Saturday. Hannah, it's almost midnight for you, Hardeep. Okay. Ooh, Jose Holguin is having Starbucks. I love Starbucks. That's like my favorite place to go for coffee. Kaylin says hi to Back to the Future. Tristan, no kids, no pets. Back to the Future waving to Kaylin. A young lady who drinks coffee properly. I keep it very simple with my coffee. No sugar, no artificial crap, no chemicals, no colors, none of that stuff. I'm not trying to have like a candy bar drink. I want to actually enjoy the flavor of coffee. The flavor, the smell, the look of it. And so my drinks are either a shot of espresso by itself. Oh, damn. We gotta go, guys. But yeah, black coffee, a shot of espresso, cappuccino, latte, sometimes an Americano, just none of the frilly stuff. Because at that point, I'm like, you're losing the essence of the coffee and you're just making it into a candy bar. Yaba says, only heard of Abercrombie and here in the UK. They're upmarket and expensive. Yep, same here in the United States. Jose, thank you very much. Tristan, yes, I've been to many countries outside of the United States. Mostly folders, hello. Ernest says, I lightly sweeten mine. I may be bitter, but my coffee doesn't need to be. Ben Whittle said hi. Let's see. Back to the Future is saying hello to someone. I think that's to Dad. Shaquille with the Chris said hi. Hello, Chris. I'm gonna try and update the thumbnail for this real quick. Dustin MT is here. Hello, Dustin. How are you on this fine Saturday morning? Chris, happy Saturday to you. Hope your weekend is starting off good. Rosa Williams from Australia. Hello. Anthony Coppolo. Hi, darling. Love your freckles. Thank you so much. Let's see. Baby dog. Thank you very much. Yeah, but I'm not going to say who scored because I don't like ruining game results for people in case they want to find the game or they are going to watch a replay. But yeah, I'm not going to say what the score is. All right, Lenny Truce is in Oregon. Shaquille, happy Saturday to you as well. Rocking the Taco Bells. Thank you. Baby dog, hello. Lead Troll Kid is saying bed. I don't know what you mean by that. All right, Abby, I'm doing well. Davey would have guessed Old Navy. Lorena Bobbitt, don't have an opinion on her. All right, page. Okay. Ernest says, I was a Hot Topic kid. I went into Hot Topic every now and then. Jose, yeah, I've got some pretty casual plans for today. Gonna work on some YouTube stuff. Gonna do a workout, do some cleaning, cook some food. I'll have to go and get groceries because I've got pretty much no food. Hello, CBC Vids. My Saturday is going lovely so far. I woke up not too long ago, so I rolled in here a little bit late. All right. Kaylin, my work week was pretty nice, I have to say. It was relatively quiet because my team is in the process of writing a report. And when you're trying to write something that's like professional level and like really good, you need quiet hours to like sit and think and write. So it was good. I feel like I actually had large blocks of time to sit down and think and write. 1st March, phone recharge, says Shaquille. Chazzy, good to see you. Mostly folders. You maybe shouldn't say your favorite brands list another brand wants to pitch them one day. I mean, I probably wouldn't collab with any of these now. Ernest says black jeans with chains and band tees was my style, still is. Baby dog, are you in recovery? No. Nick says, hi, Hannah, how are you doing today? I'm doing good. I got a lot of sleep. It was another morning where I had my alarm go off and I just was like, no. And I snoozed it half consciously, and then I slept in quite a bit later than I intended to. So I was kind of rushing to get to this live stream, but I made it. It's already halftime for this Manchester City Leeds United game. Jose, take care. Going to make some breakfast. Enjoy your breakfast, Jose. Yaba says, but you've still got some clothes from high school. I think I do. I'm trying to think of like dresses I had or certain pieces that were really, yeah, I've got at least one, I have one dress that I wore in high school. Kevin, waking up on a Saturday morning for work is the worst. Oh, yeah. I would struggle with Saturday shifts. Kaylin, what time do you have the alarm set for? I set my alarm for 10:30. The thing is, though, I woke up at 8:45, and I was just like, no, why am I awake at 8:45? And so I went back to sleep. Alarm went off at 10:30. Snoozed it. I went to bed a bit late last night. I went to bed at about 1 a.m. So I was like, all right, I want to get 9 hours of sleep, 9-ish hours of sleep, because that's like I feel the best on 9 hours of sleep. So I went to bed at about 1 a.m., set my alarm for 10:30 because it takes me a little while to fall asleep. And then I had woken up at 8:45 and I was like, nah, I need more sleep than this. And then I went to sleep. Woke up at 10:30, heard the alarm at 10:30 rather, snoozed it, and then woke up I rolled out of bed at 11. Kaylin, Alexander Craig, don't you watch the Bundesliga? Nope, I do not watch the Bundesliga. Only the English Premier League. Shaquille says, my last working day is February 28th. Do you have so are you not working after February, Shaquille? CBC, your aesthetic is fun. What is your channel about? Lots of things broadly related to health and wellness. So cooking vegan food, baking vegan food. I'm a distance runner, so I feature different distance races that I run and train for. I have some marathon vlogs because I've done 3 of them. I have done some 5Ks, 10-mile races. I'm gonna be running a half marathon this summer, so I'll be vlogging that. But it's like food and fitness and other like brand collabs too. Dustin, what's for lunch? I had Subway. I just had breakfast, so I have no. I probably will skip lunch today. Back to the Future, UK Yar. This says, thanks, Hannah. I know. Yes, Alexander, I go early. I go live early on Saturdays. Yeah, but hi mods on the kill button. So far, so good. It hasn't really been necessary. Shaquille with the heart emojis. The Premier League on NBC is brought to you by Verizon. Total power doesn't just happen. You have to make it happen. And it begins with a network. Fidel Torres, do you like running uphill for training and endurance? Yes. Yep, I incorporate hills into my training. Because without fail, distance courses will have hills. Like distance races will have hills. So if you haven't trained on a hill, you're probably going to struggle a bit on the hills. So yes, I do like to train on hills. CBC, Vegan Teacher. I've heard of Vegan Teacher, but I don't watch Vegan Teacher. All right. Oops. Sorry. So updating the thumb. Hill running is the best kind of running. It's not my favorite kind of running, but it is good for training. Sorry guys, 1 second. All right, updated it. Shaquille is guessing American Eagle. If you guys have not guessed, guess which of these stores was my favorite store to shop at in high school. Kaylin says, I'm just waiting on some laundry to finish, I think. Now we're speaking German again, lest you forget. Maybe. My brain doesn't feel like it, to be honest. I appreciate it, though, Alexander. Was möchtest du auf Deutsch sagen, Alexander? Sag mir bitte. Wie war deine Woche? Mostly folders, a bit of everything. Do you ever hate the dream of running down a hill? I never have dreams like that. Oh. No, I never have dreams like that. Interesting. Is that a dream that people have? Oh, did I miss Chip Broadhead? Oh, no, I read Chip Broadhead's comment earlier. I was like, wait, hold on a second. Chip Broadhead says, thank you.
Everything we do is engineered to give you confidence. Continental, with smart choice and tires.
You guys should share what you've got planned for the weekend, if anything. Mine is so low key.
Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill for a better deal.
And I'm very excited about it. Oh my gosh, CL is here. Yes, CL. Apparently the trick to flying is to fall but miss the ground. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Okay, never have seen that, so I wouldn't have gotten the reference. But anyways, it's so good to see you, CL. How are you doing? Yeah, seriously, Kaylin. Yes, I agree with this. I am like, wow, February, where did you go? Like, Valentine's Day was two weeks ago already. And Groundhog's Day, I mean, Groundhog's Day is basically the very beginning of February. It's like February 2nd. And the fact that tomorrow is March 1st is just wild. Yeah, but I have dreams of flying, but that's after a night in the pub. Okay. Chars 2.0. Oh man, you're taking me back. I had like 4 of the sky blue Hollister hoodies. Yep. Oh, good old Hollister. Happy life. How often do you rollerblade? Once every few years. Very rarely. I've done it at my 24-hour live streams. The last time I did it was when I did my Christmas, what was it? The 24 hours of Christmas live stream. Cute, Tennessee. I got it. Tennessee Chin sent the high five. Thank you. Let me get you on my dono list. Kevin. Sorry, 1 second here. Kaylin says no plans, just catching up on laundry. Yep, Kaylin. This weekend is mine. Let's put it that way. This weekend is mine. I'm gonna be cooking, cleaning, watching TV, getting tons of sleep, watching Premier League, drinking coffee, hanging out with all of you guys on the live streams. I was like, other than just like relaxing fun activities, I am making no plans for this weekend. And I'm so happy about it because I need these 2 days. I don't feel like doing anything other than light, fun, leisurely activities. Kevin, bye Felicia to February. Bring on the summer and warmer weather. I feel that, Kevin, yes. I feel the same way. Oh my gosh, what? What is this? Can someone explain why there's an orange one now? I remember people would make me into a pumpkin head, but now it's a New Year orange. What? I haven't seen that one yet. What is a New Year orange? Fascinating. Okay, it translated Alexander's comment on here, but let me read it in German. Meine Woche war sehr hart, sehr viel Arbeit seit 4 Wochen. Nur einen Tag frei, sonst von Montag bis Freitag 10 bis 11 Stunden arbeiten, Samstag von 5 Uhr morgens bis 10 und dann kommen die Hunde. Wow. That's a lot, Alexander. Thank you for sharing, though. Kaylin, I remember when it was just Groundhog's Day. Same. Honestly, I'm like, what? I remember like mid to late January where I'm like, there were things I had on the calendar and yeah, now I'm like, whoa. We're basically in March now. Like, what happened to you, February? Nice knowing you, February. Kaylin, Chibrat sauna and steam room is so relaxing after running in weights. Yes. Ooh, something is making my nose like stuffy all of a sudden. Alexander, es geht mir gut. Danke. Happy life. I just saw that on the live around the kitchen and living room. Back to the Future saying out of Dustin. Yeah, a New Year's orange. Wait, I need to research this now. That was so fun, Dustin. What is a New Year's orange? My guess is that it has to do with a specific culture's New Year's celebration. What is a New Year's orange? A New Year's orange, typically a mandarin, tangerine, or orange, is a symbolic gift exchanged during the Chinese Lunar New Year. It represents wealth, good luck, and prosperity. Okay, so there we go. We just had Chinese Lunar New Year. Was it last week? I think, maybe the year before, or week before that. CL is saying, I'm glad to hear you are stopping to take a nice day of downtime for yourself. Oh, not just a day, but a weekend. It's like, that's like something I've really embraced as I've gotten older, is like, you get to do with your weekends whatever you, like, no one gets to tell you what to do with your weekends. You don't have to say yes to things. You can say yes to things and you can make plans. Like, I've had plenty of weekends where I was busy all weekend from beginning to end, all these activities, all these outings, people I was gonna see. But sometimes you get to, like, when you work a full-time job, you are given 2 days off on the weekends for a reason. I mean, it's like you don't work 7 days in a row, at least for a 9-to-5 job, because you get time to recover. And some weekends I get to Friday and I'm like, I need this weekend, both days of this weekend, to just veg, catch up on things that I fell behind on, like sleep, chores, cooking, meal prepping, all that kind of stuff. You guys, some of you saw my fridge yesterday. It's almost empty. I need to go and do a huge grocery run because it's like I got really no meals in there. I've got like a few I could make, but I'm just like, nope. This weekend is mine. Happy Life says I had oranges in my stocking from Christmas. That's cool. Kaylin says, I never heard of a New Year orange. I just know they have New Year peaches in Atlanta. Jacoby riding around Houston with the roof off. Geez. Can't relate to that. We don't have that type of weather here. I think it might be in the 30s right now. Oh, it's even lower than that, guys. Right now it's 22 degrees and I think we're predicted to get some snow today. So yeah, Jacoby, not quite the same. Back to the Future says hi to CL. Anthony is here. Let's see. All right. Oh, CL, I missed the second part of that comment you left about glad you're taking time off. Believe me that running yourself into the ground leads down a bad path. Oh, yeah. I mean, last year, like 2025 was an excellent year in terms of growth and growing the channel community, and I worked really hard, but I will admit, like I was ignoring signs from my body that I was exhausted and I needed to take a break, and I just was working through fatigue and needing, like, I was not catching up on rest and stuff, so I definitely ran myself into the ground multiple times last year, and it was like, man, this sucks, because then you're like exhausted, you get sick, you have setbacks, and it's, instead of having to go through that, like burnout, it's like, just get ahead of it, make intentional time, set aside time for rest, and try not to get burned out at all. So yeah, CL, this year, 2026, I have been very, very intentional about, if I'm feeling fatigued, if I'm behind on sleep, I don't care. Like, I am going to catch up. I'm gonna listen to my body. If I'm feeling exhausted, I will sleep. I'll take a nap. I'll add more overnight sleep hours. Yeah, I'm not playing around anymore. Kaylin says it's 75 degrees. Dustin says, I bet so many people missed the pumpkin. They came up with the orange. Maybe that's it. Kevin says it's 50 degrees here in New Jersey. Feels like 80 when for 2 months it's been freezing. Oh yeah. Let's see. Thank you, CL. I see you are removing stuff that I don't even catch. So thank you. For those of you wondering, I am watching the Manchester City versus Leeds United Premier League game, and there is a team that's ahead. I'm not going to spoil the score, but if any of you would like to watch along, you're more than welcome to. Ooh. You guys, I am so excited about the Chelsea-Arsenal game tomorrow. That I'm hoping, win or lose or tie, I just hope it's like a good, even game. Yaba says, Hannah, today I usually exercise the horses with the girls, long ride in the sun, down to the beach to bite, to eat, swim, great day out. Wow. That sounds like all the exercise you would ever need. Also, it feels like it's a combination of physical exercise, but also just like so good for like your mind and clarity, and just it's like the sights and the smells and the time with your beloved animals. Like that whole, I feel like it's a package deal where you're not just getting physical exercise and moving your body, but it's just so good for your mind and your heart. Like that just sounds beautiful. Like such a beautiful way to live, Yaba. Kevin says, Brendan Aronson on Leeds is one of my favorite players, fellow New Jersey boy. Yeah, I don't know how true it is now, but I remember thinking there was a contingent of US players on Leeds. So I like to check out Leeds and see what they're up to, because I'm like, I know that there were, at least recently, there were some American boys on Leeds. I also like Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Mr. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who used to be, was he on Leicester City before? Frank is here. How are you, Frank? Any tasty food you had for dinner last night or breakfast this morning? Joe Wolf said hi. Frank, I'm having a really nice day. So I was behind on sleep from work this week, Monday through Friday. And you've heard me say this before so many times. I am super intense about my sleep. I do not mess around with my sleep. It's so important. And it's like a must, a non-negotiable for me. Whenever I can catch up on sleep, I will take the opportunity to catch up on sleep. So I I slept it. So I went to bed a bit later than I planned yesterday. I went to bed at about 1 a.m. and then I had set my alarm for 10:30 a.m. this morning. So 9.5 hours. I like to build in some time because it takes me a while to actually fall asleep. So set my alarm for 10:30 a.m. so that I would get about 9 hours of sleep. And then the alarm went off at 10:30, and half consciously I snoozed it. And then I woke up again at 11 a.m. So then I was like, oh, we gotta get up and gotta get out of bed and get ready for this live stream. And I had some breakfast before the live. I hopped on here. I've been chatting with people. There's a poll question up here in case you don't see it, or maybe it's in the chat for you. But the trivia question is, guess my favorite clothing store in high school. The options are Taco Bell, American Eagle, Abercrombie, and Hollister. Look at this, it's very split. It's 23, 27, 26, 24. So fun trivia question. And then for the rest of this weekend, I was saying Frank earlier, um, sorry, looked like there might have been a foul here. But yeah, Frank, so I have, my Saturday has really just begun as of a couple hours ago. And then for the rest of, like I was saying earlier, this weekend is mine. This weekend, I am keeping it to myself. I'm prioritizing sleep, working out, catching up on chores. I've got barely any food in my refrigerator, so I have to go to the grocery store and get some food. It's also end of month, so that means I have to set up my payments for all of my bills because my bills come in at the end of the month for the coming month. So it's like I gotta do my accounting for end of month. What else? Ooh, big Chelsea versus Arsenal game tomorrow. Very excited for that. That's really like the big thing that I've got on my schedule for this weekend. But other than that, it's just prioritizing getting caught up on chores, sleep, relaxation, watching TV, watching soccer, and planning for the week ahead and the month ahead because March is tomorrow. Crazy. Joe Wolf, good to see you. Thank you, Joe Wolf. I appreciate that. Frank Hines says, I had pot roast, mashed potatoes, and corn for dinner last night. I feel like you always have the heartiest meals, Frank. Craig's Tree. I'm doing good. I am taking it easy and taking it slow this weekend so far. So I slept in quite a bit this morning and then had some breakfast. I had some cereal and I'm drinking my coffee and I'm watching Premier League soccer at the moment. Yaba says, Hannah, when I lived in the Leeds area, I was friends with Trevor Cherry, ex-England international, so Leeds United are still in my heart. Nice. Very sweet. Ooh, Frank had strawberry cheesecake. I've had vegan strawberry cheesecake before, which is great if you guys have never had it before. It's so good. Ooh, oh, ouch. This game is getting a little physical, for those of you wondering. And if you don't know what game I'm watching Manchester City versus Leeds United over in the English Premier League. It's soccer, as we say here in the US. And it's my favorite sports league to watch, more than the NFL. NFL is my favorite sports league to watch. They just hit the 60th minute for this game, so there's still a good half hour left of this game, probably more because of stoppage time. I just thought of something, but let me read Frank's comment. I can't use the emojis anymore. Yep, membership ran out. That's okay. You know, if eventually I'm sure you can get gifted a membership. If you do want to like purchase a recurring one, you can do that yourself. But if you're waiting for a gifted membership, then you can just wait for that because inevitably gifted memberships happen too. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. You guys, I've decided that I am supporting England, Team England, in the FIFA World Cup this summer. And I have been waiting for Team England to release their official jersey and other merchandise on the FIFA fan store. And I'm gonna check because when I was Googling when is Team England gonna drop their jerseys for fans to purchase, what I saw was that they're gonna drop their jerseys in March. So I'm gonna do Team England official jerseys World Cup 2026. I don't know. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, it looks like apparently there's leaked images. Oops, of the England jerseys. Wow. Ooh, I'm so excited, you guys. FIFA World Cup 2026 football jerseys. Oh my God, these jerseys are so cool. And not every country that's playing in the World Cup has released their jerseys yet. But there's, for example, if you go onto the FIFA store, there's Argentina, there's Mexico, there's Portugal, there's Sweden, there's Italy, Germany, Hungary. I mean, so many of these. Ooh, Saudi Arabia, Algeria, Wales. But no, no England jersey yet. They're really keeping us in suspense. Okay. Yaba says, why not Scotland? Because Scotland has no chance of winning. If I'm being honest. World Free Speech, hello. Back to the Future says hi to Frank. Don't know what that means. World Free Speech. El Rulo from Odessa, Texas, the great state of Texas. Hello. Omar Maxwell, hello. Good to see you. Oh, you guys, I love relaxing weekends where the time is yours. I keep harping on this point. I apologize if I sound like a broken record, but it's so nice because when you work a 9-to-5 job, and I love my 9-to-5 job, it's my dream job. It's so wonderful. I love everything about it. Obviously, there's things that are not as fun, but it's a wonderful job. I love my job. That being said, when you work a 9-to-5 job, like 8 hours of your Monday, 8 hours of your Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you are giving that time to your employer. You have to commute, you have to sit in meetings, you have deadlines, you have to dress a certain way. And it's like, it's so nice when you get to the weekend and you get to wake up and your whole day is yours. You don't have to commute anywhere. You don't have to meet with anybody. You don't have to sit. I work like a 9-to-5 office job. And it's so nice. You get to the weekend, and for those 2 days, as opposed to Monday through Friday, you don't have to sit in a desk, sit in a chair for 8 hours, sit in meetings, take calls, write emails. It's like you're just free to do with your time whatever you choose to do. So I'm like, yes, this is exactly what I want. Omar is guessing Hollister. Daniel is asking, does Hollister still exist? That's a good question. The thing is, it's like I don't shop at any of these stores anymore. They were such a big thing when I was in middle school and high school, but I couldn't tell you, honestly. Let's just see. Is Hollister, I feel like they all are still in business, but I could be wrong though. Let's check one by one. Is Hollister still in business? Yes, Hollister is still in business and experiencing a successful brand-driven comeback with Gen Z. So Hollister is looking good. Is Abercrombie, I'm positive I've seen an Abercrombie recently. Is Abercrombie still in business? Yes, Abercrombie and Fitch is not only still in business, but is doing well. So Abercrombie is alive and well. You know what store I haven't seen though in a long time is Aeropostale. So I'm a little nervous for them. Whoa! Okay, I feel like of the 3 clothing store options here in my trivia, it looks like Aeropostale or Aeropostale, however you say it. I've heard both. It seems like Aeropostale has struggled the most. So it says, Google AI says Aeropostale is still in business and operating, but it's been recovering from bankruptcy. It filed for bankruptcy in 2016. So, yeah. Interesting. Anyways, Daniel Pack is here. Tejas, I'm doing well. How are you, Tejas? Are you in Texas? Yaba says, love to see you eat your words when Scotland wins the World Cup. Yeah, I think you'll be hoping that until the end of your days, Yaba. Micah, hello. Also, I did choose the right answer, but I didn't choose the first one because the first one is never right. And yet 22 people have guessed Taco Bell for a clothing store. It goes to show you that people vote in the poll without even thinking. Either they don't think about it at all. They're just picking the first thing they see, or they may not have good English and they might not understand the question, or people are picking the first option as like a joke. Stone Papa Smurf, I wore Abercrombie cologne in high school. Ooh, so fancy, so fancy. Kevin, Scotland, 0 chance of winning the World Cup. Yeah, I got nothing against Scotland, the country. I think it is honestly like, I would say of the like landscapes that I love the most in this world, Scotland is one of the most stunning places on earth. Only having looked at pictures, I've never actually been there. But in terms of just the most beautiful countries, I would say for my aesthetic, it's Italy, Switzerland, and Scotland. It's like mountains, lush green, castles, water, just absolutely majestic with lots of like lush vegetation, like rolling hills, green mountains, whatever. So I love Scotland. I'm obsessed with it, and I can't wait to go to Scotland. In terms of just prospects in the World Cup, for me, it feels like rooting for Jamaica to win the World Cup. It's like nobody's betting that Jamaica is going to win the World Cup. I feel the same way with Scotland. Frank says, I'm going to have waffles and sausage in the morning. Okay, that sounds really tasty. Kaylin, same. I loved Aeropostale as a kid, as a teenager. Daniel is saying, you must have been popular wearing Hollister back in the day. The thing is, I wouldn't describe myself as having been popular or unpopular in high school. The way I describe my high school self to friends and people who ever ask me, I just say, in high school, it's like I was nice, I was smart, I got straight A's, I was respectful to everybody, I didn't have drama, I didn't date anybody. So I feel like in high school, you know, I played on the sports teams, I played in the orchestra. It's like I was there and people knew who I was and people generally liked me. I didn't have any fights, no drama, no nothing. And so there was definitely like a popular crew. Like I wasn't homecoming queen, I wasn't on homecoming court, didn't go to prom, like none of that kind of stuff. But it's like I had lots of different friends from different like cliques and whatever. I also just think my high school class was awesome. I loved my group. I feel like some people have negative high school experiences. Like there was lots of drama, nastiness, bullying, all that stuff. But in terms of just if I were to categorize myself as popular or unpopular, it's just I was kind of like in the middle between, because I wouldn't say I fit into either of those. Kevin, hello Kevin Garner. El Rulo says I work 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday. Dude, what? So you work 12 hours for 5 days, which is 60, and then on 60 hours, and then you work an additional 6 hours on Saturday. So you only get 1 day off, which means you get you have to work a total of 66 hours in a week. Dang, El Rulo. What type of work do you do? Oh, that sounds brutal. Yaba says, if we're in it, we can win it. There's a chance. But again, being realistic, I'm not a delusional person. I have to go by facts and odds and statistics. I would never pick Scotland. Joan Tate. Thank you very much, Joan. John, OMG. So good to see you. How have you been, John? How's life? Back to the Future. Hi, John Puntany. How are you? Man, oh man, John. I am hoping that West Ham is able to climb its way out of the bottom of this Premier League table this season. It hurts to see West Ham United doing so poorly, just like it hurts to see Wolverhampton doing so poorly. Because I can remember recent seasons, not too long ago, where Wolves were a decent team, like middle of the pack, pun intended, and West Ham, the Hammers, it's like, oh, it's so sad because I recognize so many faces on West Ham and I'm like, I need to actually ask Google this because I don't follow West Ham closely enough to understand why they've gotten so bad, but why is West Ham so bad this season? Like what has happened here? It's a combination of significant managerial instability. Okay, so it looks like they fired a coach. Lack of squad depth and poor recruitment following the loss of key players like Declan Rice. Brutal. Okay, Kaylin saying hi to John. El Rulo says, I'm a Wilder. What do you do for Wilder work? Juan says, Portugal is winning the World Cup. Boy, wouldn't that be sweet if Cristiano could get a World Cup win. Oh, welder. You're a welder. Gotcha. John says, busy but good. How are you, Hannah? I'm doing good. I'd say so far, if I could describe the first 2 months of 2026, it's been low-key, pretty relaxing and prioritizing rest and just taking things at a slower pace than I did in 2025. But it's been pleasant so far. Joshua, what if USA exits group stage in their country? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. I'm not rooting for Team USA to win the World Cup. But, I hope they do as well as they can. I just don't think realistically they're going to advance super far. Micah AE is taking the lead of the vote in the poll. Okay. Also, I'm going to close the poll in a few minutes. Stone Papa Smurf. I was in honors classes, but I moved around a lot. When I reached my final destination, I just cared about friends and popularity and stopped honors. Regrets, but I was so sick of being the new kid. Yeah, I didn't move at all as a kid. It's like I was in the same spot for kindergarten through 12th grade. And I think if I had been moving around to different schools, it would just be really hard to, I just think it would be really disruptive and I wouldn't have been as locked in on academics or friends because it would have just been like, man, I gotta go through all like the process of like introductions and making friends and like trying to remember people's names, getting to know teachers. Like I would have struggled with that. John says, yeah, I hope the Hammers improve too. Fingers crossed. Cosborn, you were definitely repping that Taco Bell merch back in high school, right? Back to the Future, like the live stream by double tapping your screen. Brandon Preacher Green. Oh, you know what, Brandon? I've got you down as your birthday being in 2 days, March 2nd. So happy early birthday. I'm curious to know, Brandon, Do you have any exciting plans for your birthday on Monday? John says, I think if Scotland beats Haiti and another team in the group flops, they can escape the group stage. We'll see. But in terms of like making it, even if they do make it out of group stage, I don't see them advancing super far past group stage. We'll see though. You never know. There's always surprises. Happy early birthday to Brandon. Yes. All right, guys, I'm going to close this poll really, really soon. So if you haven't already, guess my favorite clothing store in high school. Cosborn, nope. Nope. Because I haven't had enough time to actually go and get food. No, I slept in this morning, Cosborn. I rolled out of bed at 11 a.m. today. Yabba, now there's hope, John, says Yabba. Joshua, yeah, sometimes, Joshua, people say that. We gotta love it when professional athletes are like rolling on the ground trying to get a foul called, writhing in pain like they've just, I don't know, they've been taken down in combat. Didn't look like a super painful collision, if I'm being honest. Micah is saying, let me guess, Brandon's birthday on Monday in March. Stone, Papa Smurf, when does the public find out what teams play at what stadiums? I don't know. I mean, it'd be cool if it was March. I don't know. Carl Lovey Music, hello. All right, guys, I'm going to close the poll. Ooh, it's really jumping around now. It's like dead even. Oh my gosh. Your condiment shelf was looking sad. Get some sriracha. Oh, I have sriracha. I don't think you were able to see it though, Cosborn. Okay. Guess my favorite clothing store in high school. Ooh, look at the, wow. Wait, dude, you guys, look at the results. They're now in the chat. There is a three-way tie. I don't know if I've ever seen this before, but there was a three-way tie between American Eagle, Hollister, and Abercrombie. I don't know if there's like slight differences, which is why American Eagle is like first. So my favorite store to shop at in high school was American Eagle. I think the vibe there was, to me, it felt a little less preppy and a little more like cozy but fashionable and cute. So my favorite place to go shopping, yeah, it was American Eagle. But I did like Hollister. I don't know if I ever owned anything from Abercrombie, maybe like one or two shirts. Brandon Preacher Green is saying, I am supposed to be going out to eat with my family for some seafood, but I don't know when because I have to go to church tomorrow morning and Monday and Tuesday night. Gotcha. You can always do belated stuff too. My family, particularly my mom, she likes making your birthday into birthday week. And especially, you know, if something else comes up, like if I'm out of town or if for whatever reason the actual birthday doesn't work out for plans, it's like, well, we can just extend this and do stuff later or early. I know, Micah, triple tie. Dustin says, not worried, I picked the right one. Cosborn says, but. John Puntany says, probably one of the best poll questions in a while. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed that one. Micah says, I voted right. Bicep exercises. CL, John, got it right. Kevin, Stone Papa Smurf, it's already announced on the FIFA website. Ooh, I didn't know that. Kaylin says, I've never seen a three-way tie in a poll. I don't think I have either. That's a first one for me. Hello, Wes. Good to see you. I am doing well. How are you? Micah is saying same. CL is waving to John. Dean Mitchell, thank you. You guys, look at these. I've been wearing these so long that the red is starting to actually come off a bit. I think it's because like whenever they hit the side of my face, the red like rubs off a little bit. Hello, Scotty Ballard. Good to see you. Thank you, Dean Mitchell. Brandon says, yeah, I'll definitely be celebrating the rest of the month. And for the rest of my life, I'll be 31. 30s. Gotta love them. So far, I'm loving my 30s. Mr. Philly PC, thank you. John says, yeah, I think American Eagle aged better. Yes, I agree with this than a lot of the other clothing brands from when we were in high school. Yes. I can think of brands that either they've like I was just Googling to see how these chains have done. Aeropostale filed for bankruptcy a few years back. Abercrombie is still there, but I don't know how relevant it is. Some of them just don't even exist anymore. I remember Delia's was like really hot when I was in middle school. I think that died. Is Forever 21 still around? Because I know they filed for bankruptcy. Is Forever 21 still in business? Wow. I think, okay, as of 2026, Forever 21 has closed its brick and mortar stores. So the stores are gone, but apparently it's still an online retailer. So Forever 21, goner. Limited 2, I don't think Limited 2 exists anymore. Is Limited 2 still in business? Limited 2... See, a lot of these places it says, well, it's the Limited. I don't know if that's the same. What happened to the store Limited 2? Limited 2 largely disappeared from malls around 2008 when its parent company rebranded most stores. Oh, Justice. Oh my God, is Justice still around? Still in business. Justice, the popular tween clothing retailer, shut all of its standalone physical stores by early 2021 following its parent company's bankruptcy filing. So yeah, a lot of these stores, Limited 2, Justice, Forever 21, Libby Lou. Is Libby Lou still open? Club Libby Lou, it looks like Club Libby Lou died. Yeah, there's so many clothing stores I can picture. Like you would see them everywhere, at least in the local malls, shopping around here in like the Minneapolis suburbs, where it's like every mall was gonna have Aeropostale, Hollister, Abercrombie and Fitch, Libby Lou, Justice, Forever 21, H&M kind of, I feel like H&M became more popular, but yeah. Stone Papa Smurf says, if I take World Cup job, England is playing at Gillette Stadium. Woohoo! Take it, Stone Papa Smurf. John says, I know the Abercrombie CEO got in a lot of trouble a few years ago. There's actually a documentary my sister absolutely loved called White Hot, and it had to do with Abercrombie. M Telectronics, I'm doing well. Thank you, Dean Mitchell, for subscribing to the channel. Thank you, Dean. Scotty Ballard. Have a great weekend, Mr. Philly PC. Dustin MT. I, too, have never seen a three-way tie in a pole or any tie now that I think about it. Yeah, I think that was the first time. Juju. I'm glad I never got into Abercrombie. Kevin. Oh, McTominay. Yes, Kevin. Jeez, I forgot about McTominay. Kaylin, I remember the store Justice. I think Justice is a goner. Ooh, Justice and Claire's got absorbed into Walmart. Jeez. Brandon Preacher Green, I'm not really a kid anymore, but I love Toys R Us and I wish they'd bring it back. I feel like Toys R Us is actually having a little comeback. Yaba says, yes, 2 Leeds United fans, onwards and upwards. Dean, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Glad to have you here, and thank you for subscribing. Stone Papa Smurf, I wanted to work parabolic microphone, but they're offering me production coordinator. I mean, at this point, I'm like, dude, both sound amazing. Track and Fool, good to see you. Love the username. CL, never has it been more clear that we are different generations, Hannah. I don't know quite a few of the store names you said. Yeah. Millennial kid right here. These are the stores that anyone around my age would have seen at the shopping malls in middle school and high school. Or at the very least, you would have seen these brands in school with your friends would have been wearing them. Dirty South, great to see you. Yoli Flores, good to see you. Kaylin, I think that's why I made Bath and Body Works my favorite store. Yep, Bath and Body Works, still going strong. Still rocking it. I kind of want to come up with a second trivia question for you guys, but I'm thinking what it could be. Oh, it's a Premier League question though, so I don't know. I think a lot of people might not know. Maybe I'll save it. Juan Football, Van Griffin says for real. I could do a Shakespeare trivia question. How about that? CL, have we guessed your favorite fruit yet? Yes. Yep, we've done that trivia. I'll do a Shakespeare question, so why not? Theater emoji. Guess which Shakespeare play. Oh no. Guess which Shakespeare play. Oh, this is torture trying to type this. Guess the Shakespeare. Oh, sucks. Sorry, it's tough when you're typing on a phone. You run out of space. Guess which Shakespeare. I'm gonna have to hyphen this. Dang it. I've been in. It fits. Guess which Shakespeare play I've been in. Got it. Okay. Let's do a garbage option. One second, guys. Trivia question coming in hot in just a moment. Okay, trivia time. Guess which Shakespeare play I've been in? The options are Harry Potter, garbage answer, Macbeth, Romeo and Juliet, A Midsummer Night's Dream. Let's go. Oh, Frank is a member again. Hold on. I'm so sorry, Frank. Just as I'm putting in my trivia question, I missed the membership thing. Let me move the poll a little bit here. Make it a little smaller. Make sure to not pick the first option, guys, because the first option is never right. Harry Potter is not a Shakespeare play. No, someone picked it. Just as I say that. All right, Frank, thank you so much. I need to take a screenshot of this. Thank you. Yay. Welcome to the Health Huddle. Again, Frank, happy to have you as a member. Also, something I'm planning to do this weekend is post some more members only content for you guys. I've got a little bit of a backlog going, but I'm like, I gotta get them some content. So members, keep an eye out because I will be posting some members only videos that only you can watch. Okay, let's get to the chat here. I apologize, that trivia thing took me a while. Frank, yay, just renewed the membership. I'm feeling France to take the World Cup. I wouldn't be mad about that, to be honest. France is stacked. stacked with superstars, okay? Let's go back in time. Let's get into a time machine and go back to the 2022 World Cup. I was heartbroken for France when they lost in penalty shootouts in the final match against Argentina. I was happy for Messi. I was happy for the Argentinians. I was rooting for France, though, to win the World Cup final in 2022. And I just was like, oh, I love Kylian Mbappe particularly. I love Olivier Giroud. I love Antoine Griezmann. There's so many other French players. N'Golo Kante, who used to be on Chelsea. So I felt heartbroken for them because it just has to suck to be you're so close to winning the World Cup tournament and you lose in PK shootouts. It's just, you're either going to win or you lose. But I would be happy for France. Even though I haven't picked them as the team I'm rooting for this time around, I love the French players. I love the team. I just, yeah, they're such a wonderful footballing country. So if they did win the World Cup this year, I would not be upset about it. I would be like very happy for them. I would love to see Kylian Mbappe get a World Cup win in his life, in his career. Okay. Van Griffin, please give us a joke. Ooh, off the top of my head, I don't know. Oh, this is recycled from yesterday. Van Griffin, if you're still here. This was we were talking about golf yesterday at my live stream last night. I liked this one. Why did the golfer wear 2 pairs of pants? I'm sure some of you can get this, but the joke is, or the question of the joke is, why did the golfer wear 2 pairs of pants? Back to the Future saying welcome to Frank as a channel member. Yes, I'm going to add Frank to the shout out list so I can say thank you. Rejoined as a channel member. Health Huddle. Yay! Yay, yay, yay. Okay. You guys, I'm also, because March is around the corner, March is tomorrow, I'm starting to get excited for St. Patrick's Day. I was like, oh, March is St. Patrick's Day, let's go. Juan Football is a new sub. Thank you, Juan. I appreciate it. John says, CL, I was also about to time Totoro. Yeah, gone. Permabanned. We won't see him anymore. Hi, Hassan. Dustin MT says, coming in hot. CL, yep, Mod Crew, Van Griffin, Stone Papa Smurf, Health Huddle should be trademarked. Yep, UK Yar. John says, yes, I heard England and France are 2 of the top favorites for the World Cup. Also a really fun footballing rivalry. Those 2 countries, I mean, it'd be fun to see them in a matchup. Scotty Ballard, Don Pelton, good to see you, Don. How have you been? Frank is green again. Love to see that. Yep, exactly, Wes. You got the punchline in case, yeah, one of them, like the golfer wore 2 pairs of pants because he got a hole in one. Don Pelton, Van Griffin. No, I do not have a dog. Don Pelton, Van Griffin says, I love your earrings. Thank you. These are my go-to earrings for my live streams. Don Pelton says, I'm average. In what way? How do you mean? Antonio Salazar, beautiful Saturday. You know, I wish it was sunny, but it's like clear outside. We've been having such beautiful sunny weather here for the last few days. So I'm not going to complain. It's still nice outside. I think we're in the 20s though, and we're projected to get some snow. Oh my gosh, Wyoming, hello. Good to see you. Wyoming, I'm at 23 push-ups now. Zero Earth says, let's go. Back to the Future saying hi to Antonio. I think I'm gonna grab a paper towel real quick. I will be back in just a second, guys. Be sure to vote in the poll yet if you haven't, guys. The poll question is, guess which Shakespeare play I've been in. Unfortunately, 23% of voters chose Harry Potter, which is not a Shakespeare play. Come on, guys. 23% said Harry Potter, or 21 now. 21% said Macbeth, 50% said Romeo and Juliet, and only 7% said A Midsummer Night's Dream. How are you and your powerful biceps? We're doing good, Wyoming. Don Pelton, you're an actress. I wouldn't say I'm an actress, but it's like I was never into theater. I was not a theater kid. It never appealed to me. I've never felt like called to be like on a stage performing and reciting lines. It's just never held interest to me whatsoever. It's just, I'm like, why? It never appealed to me as a kid. But as part of I think it was 10th grade in high school, we were studying Shakespeare. We had to read several works of Shakespeare. And for one of them, my English language arts teacher had us perform a Shakespeare play. And I was like, dang. Okay, well, here we go. So that's why I performed in a Shakespeare play. It's because we were studying Shakespeare in high school and we didn't have a choice. Don Pelton, CL, double tap your phone screen to like. Yeah, we're at 74 likes, guys. Woohoo! Dang, Antonio, 73 degrees in California. Lucky you. Bubbo, YZ. Interesting. Don Pelton says I get stage fright. Luis Quinones, thank you very much. Van Griffin is guessing Romeo and Juliet. That's my favorite Shakespeare play, Romeo and Juliet. So beautiful and so tragic. Stone Papa Smurf says, I was the Mad Hatter in Alice in Wonderland. Very cool. UK Yar says, thanks, teacher. You're welcome. Also, guys, I've actually had this sitting here in the background for about a week, but I was out and about and I was at this one restaurant and they were just giving out merch for whatever reason. And how cool is this? I don't wear hats because it breaks my hair and it makes my hair, my hair is already a bit fuzzy and hats just do nothing to help that. So I don't wear hats, but they were handing out this different merch for different alcohols. And I was like, wait, what? So they were handing out these beanies, or you wouldn't call these a beanie, right? Like a winter cap for Pendleton whiskey. And I was like, I've never heard of Pendleton whiskey. I do enjoy drinking whiskey. I feel like Yabba would enjoy this. If I could gift this to Yabba out across the ocean in the Inverness area of Scotland, I would send it to him. But yeah, I picked up this goofy Pendleton whiskey winter cap. I really liked the logo. I love this like stallion horse. It reminds me of a Mustang. So I was like, okay, I'll take this merch. All right. CL says I was the mom in Oedipus. Oh, no. He comes full circle. Wyoming, do we have to expect a flex of your 23 push-up biceps? Probably not today. Purple Monster Rhythm. There's the Julia Roberts smile. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Van Griffin says, can I have it? William Lynn is guessing A Midsummer Night's Dream, I think. Jose Holguin is back. John is saying, I don't recall Daniel Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, and Emma Watson reciting Shakespeare. I know, right? The thing is, John, it's been really fun lately because, you know, for the longest time I've been saying the first option is never right. The first option is never right. The first option is never right. And I feel like I'll have to say this forever because always some people will pick the first option. So in an attempt to try and get fewer people to pick the first option, I've started putting ridiculous nonsense answers in the first option, but people will still pick it. It shows you people just pick the first option even when they make no sense. Don Pelton says that's dope. Yabba. Why is Shakespeare still so up there and had to study him in English literature? Oh, really? I mean, I love Shakespeare. Super important. Super. I just love like the language structure, the artistic writing, the rhyming, the poetry, the characters, the drama, the historical events going on. Yeah, just love it. Van Griffin, Kaylin says nice hats. Let's see. I am gonna go back because I'd like to watch some replays. Yaba says, love it, Hannah. Must get some for my brand of whiskey. CL, she's going to make the first answer correct on April Fool's Day. I think April Fool's Day is on a live stream day this year. I think it's Wednesday. All right, come on. Oh, my remote has been so slow. Premier League. I'd like to watch some replays if they're available. John says, I think Pendleton is a Canadian whiskey, but either way, I enjoyed it the one time I tried it. Yeah, never, as far as I know, I've never had Pendleton whiskey. I might have had it in some drink I didn't realize, but I've never knowingly had Pendleton whiskey. Oh, Red Hunter Sound Income. Yes. Drew Denzel. I love seeing these people rolling in here. I was going to throw on which one? Brentford. Oh, no, these are not much in the way of replays, if I'm being honest. Newcastle, Everton, Burnley versus Brentford. I think we know. Not too exciting. I'll do Newcastle. Why not? Okay. Drew Denzel, great to see you. Dustin MT, where do pirates get their hooks? Secondhand stores. Oh, that's good. It took me a second. I was like, wait, what? Secondhand stores. That's funny. Red Hunter with the member emojis. Love to see it. Truck Driver, my favorite streamer. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hope you've been well. CL with the, with the James Carey member emojis because he's my fave. Chars 2.0. Wow, it's 88 degrees in Los Angeles. Dude. We've been having like little tastes of warm weather here in Minneapolis. Last weekend was glorious. I think it was either last weekend or the weekend before that we were in the 50s. It was like, whoa. Sunny, snow melted away, warm to the point where it feels a little overdressed if you've got your winter coat on. But we're back into the 20s now. I think we're at 22 degrees, somewhere in the mid-20s right now. And I think we're supposed to get snow, but I wonder if I can pull up a forecast app on my computer. Let's just do Minneapolis forecast. It's not always the same. Okay, Minneapolis forecast hourly. Let's see what it's got. 20 degrees with snow flurries. What is the hourly? Some of these weather apps are just so infuriating because they don't actually give you the hourly breakdown. Minneapolis weather forecast, weather.com. Why is this so difficult? Same in Florida. That's on gang, I think. Hourly. Come on. All right, 2 p.m. Ooh, okay, so we're supposed to be getting snow flurries this afternoon. Dang, and this evening too. Looks like between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. we're gonna get flurries. Straight chillin', dang, 20 degrees, that's super cold. Yeah, it feels really cold, given that we've been in the 50s, like 50 degrees and sunny lately. Jimmy Dean, what's Chainsaw's favorite meal? Macaroni and trees. Okay. Wow. Back to the Future using the little Rocky emojis, so sweet. Caitlin, I use the Weather Channel app. I can't trust the weather app that comes with the phone. I use my iPhone weather app just out of convenience because I've always got my phone with me, but sometimes it's like it's not always right. It never is though, anywhere you look. Straight chillin', thank you so much. Yeah, this is one of my favorite shirts. It's just very comfy. I love the design. I love Harley Davidson. I don't own motorcycles. I don't plan to, but I love the brand. It's so classic. It's just this classic American brand. So it's like, I still want to support them, and I like to support businesses with my dollars. So I was at the Minnesota State Fair last year, and there's a Harley Davidson tent always at the State Fair. And my family typically goes and just looks around. And so I was like, I'm going to buy this Harley Davidson shirt. Because why not? John, yeah, weather apps can be unpredictable. Yep, a lot of sense. Yeah, definitely not vodka. CL, I've got to get some meds and rest. Great to see you all. Please have a wonderful rest of your day, dear Hannah, Mods, and Hannah and Health crew. Yes, CL, it's always a treat seeing you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you get lots of rest. That is exactly my plan for this weekend, is have a restful, rejuvenating 2 days, so then I'm back to work on Monday feeling great. And yeah, I hope we can see you again soon, but again, it's totally optional, and you come back to the live streams whenever you're able to and you feel like it, CL. Thank you for being such a great mod and leaving such great comments. Straight chillin', yes, Harley Davidson has such great merch. I love the aesthetic of the Harley Davidson clothes, like basically the apparel that's, you know, it's like the motorcycles are front and center, that's the product, but I also love just the apparel that's around the whole motorcycle vibe. It's like, particularly the female, like the women's clothing, I love like the roses. I love, it's like bedazzled with sequins. I don't wear leather, but there's leather jacket. It's like, I feel like there's actually like cute things that I like for the like women's merch within Harley Davidson. So yeah, I saw this and I was like, ooh, the fire and the roses. I gotta get this shirt, and it's long sleeve and it's got flames on one with like the Harley Davidson logo here without the text. It's just, I don't know if there's anything on the back. Oh yeah. I think it's actually the St. Paul. Yeah, like St. Paul, Harley Davidson. Abraham, poll first. Okay. Mindful, peaceful, great to see you. Rest easy, CL, says John. Don Pelton had a Honda motorcycle. That, I think, is the only motorcycle I've ever, well, no, I've been on other ones, but my uncle, I believe he had a Honda motorcycle back in the day. I don't think he has it anymore, but I've ridden on my uncle's Honda motorcycle. Yaba says, my weather app keeps saying rain to stop soon when it's never started. That's funny. John Yava sounds about right. Sandaru is here. Van Griffin, how much? How much what? Don Pelton, mostly women ride Harleys. I would disagree with that. Sandaru. Don Pelton, straight chillin'. The design on the sleeve is cool. Isn't it great? When I bought it, I actually thought it was both arms. And then when I started wearing it, I was like, oh, interesting. It's just one. It's the left arm. Robert Perez is here. Kaylin says, love it. Honda is the best as Dawn. Your shirt is fire. Yes. Fire and roses. Gotta love it. Van Griffin. Oh, for the shirt, I think this was like $50 at the Harley. It was like 50 to 75, I think. Somewhere in that range. I think I might still have the tag. Yeah, I think, hold on. I might still have the tag. I'm gonna go look real quick. I do still have the tag, guys. If you're interested in buying this exact shirt, I kept the Harley Davidson tag because my sister and I both wanted this top, but they only had one in our size. So I kept the tag to hopefully find this online for my sister. But yeah, this top was $50. So I kept this in the hopes that I could find another one in Rachel's size. Haven't found it yet. Van Griffin, Women Love Harley, Indeed. Says Dawn. We're at 82 likes, so we're getting close to 100, guys. 18 likes away from 100 likes. Oh geez. Oh geez. I'm watching Newcastle versus Everton. It's a replay, I think, from earlier today. Vaez KJV, great to see you. Yes, okay, so I don't think you're in the loop. My live stream schedule, I should just make a habit of saying this every time. Here's my live stream schedule, Vaez. So, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, but I like to throw in some special Saturday morning Saturday live streams. So, not every Saturday, but I'd say at least 50% of the time, I will throw in a live stream on Saturday. So my Saturday live streams are, midday around 12 o'clock noon, but my other live streams are at night at 8 p.m. Central. But I like to switch up the time that I go live just so that I catch people in different time zones at maybe a better time for them. Yaba says, will Harley Davidson go electric power? My first thought is no, because they're just such an old school motorcycle company, but you never know, they might. Van Griffin, no pets. Jose, are you into sports? Yes, I love sports. Straight Chill and Harley Davidson began producing clothing for the public in the 1920s. About 100 years. When, I don't even know how old the Harley Davidson brand is. When was Harley Davidson founded? Whew. Harley Davidson was founded in 1903 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Let's go. Second favorite state behind Minnesota, my home state, is the wonderful state of Wisconsin. I actually did not know that. Yeah, 1903. Harley Davidson founded in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. According to Google AI, Harley Davidson began in a small backyard shed in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Wow. Oh, it's so cool. The brand is named after its founders, William Harley and the Davidson brothers, Arthur, Walter, and William. Ooh, so 4 people total. Harley Davidson. Let's go. Yeah, okay. Go Harley. Don Pelton. Harley barely starts, always has problems. High maintenance. No. Straight chillin'. Vias, KJV, sweet, makes sense. Abraham says, no, we love our schedule the way it is. Brand is 1912, or older, 1903. Straight chillin'. Abraham, nap time, no. I actually woke up only a couple hours ago. Oh, we should know any Harley Davidson trivia going forward, LOL. Yeah, Harley Davidson. Harley is China now. Harley produces some of their, yeah, Don, I'll never agree. Nope. There's nothing as iconic as Harley Davidson. And according to polls, Harley Davidson is still a top choice among men because it's so iconic and so classic. I think of Harley Davidson motorcycles as being more masculine than other motorcycles, just based on appearances and dudes I see riding around on Harleys. I'm like, that is a big old motorcycle. Like, personally, I would not buy a Harley Davidson for myself because I think they're beautiful motorcycles, but they're just like, I feel the same way about certain cars where they're such like muscle cars and they're so masculine where it's not my vibe. But in terms of just like, I love the aesthetic. But yeah, no, for me, the most masculine motorcycle is Harley Davidson. Nothing will top it. White Lightning. Are you wearing a Harley Davidson shirt? Yes, because I love Harley Davidson. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate it. Wow. The most expensive piece of Harley Davidson clothing sold at auction is a leather biker jacket which fetched $77,000 in Paris in 2014. Amazing. Yeah, Harley Davidson is the ish. I'm not gonna swear on here, but yeah. Yeah, I feel like that, like, I would be okay purchasing a Honda motorcycle or any of the other, like, Japanese manufactured motorcycles, but Harleys, I walk around, like, the tent, like the Harley Davidson tent at the state fair, and I'm like, you know, my aesthetic, it's like, I'm a tomboy, but I'm not going for, like big old muscled machine. Like, I'm not trying to go for like the biker girl aesthetic. It's just, I'm like, nope. This isn't my vibe. This isn't my aesthetic, but I appreciate the look of Harleys. Let's see, White Lightning. Would you ever get on a Harley with a dude for a ride? 100%. 100%. I don't think I would, I don't think that I would drive one myself. Like, having shopped around looking at Harleys, in my head I'm like, I'm not like a large person. I weigh about 120 pounds. And when I think about my concern driving around a Harley Davidson would be if you're driving out on the roads and then you come to a stoplight or a stop sign, and it's like, I would be worried about the motorcycle being so heavy that I could actually like lose, like it would be so heavy that it would actually like tip over and I could like crush one of my legs, because it would just be so much machine to have to prop up at a stop. So it's like, I would go for like a lighter, I feel like I would want to go for a BMW motorcycle. It's like, I love the look of those, and they're just more, I like a more sleek and lightweight design and not so much machine. But some people do like that. The Gopnik says, hey. White Lightning says, my brother has a Harley. Amazing. The Gopnik, we've been talking about Harley Davidson motorcycles. Your fave mechs. Get a little Honda motorcycle. Honda's just, like, they're not my jam. I got nothing against Honda, but it's very, like, boring to me. Like, Honda does nothing for me, so I don't think I would get a Honda. I'd get a BMW motorcycle. Yes, a BMW sports bike. There you go. Yeah. Like, let's Google this. BMW sports. Let's just do BMW motorcycles. Like, those are sick. And they're just, I feel like for me, I love BMW as a brand. And the look of BMW, I feel like it's more sporty and less like muscle machine, like bulky and heavy duty. It's like I'm not going for that aesthetic. I love like a light, sporty, fun, zippy motorcycle. Back to the Future says, I always like the look of a BMW motorcycle. Yes. Overall, I just love the brand BMW. Straight chill, and Honda is more reliable probably and costs less for maintenance. True. But again, it's just for whenever I've seen a Honda motorcycle, I'm just kind of like, boring. They don't look particularly nice to me. They're reliable, but it's just like average. I don't think I'd ever buy one. John says, I knew some women growing up who loved Honda motorcycles. Yeah, I've seen a few, like I've encountered a few women over time who liked Honda motorcycles. Yeah, but Japan killed the UK motorcycle industry. Whoa. I didn't even know, to be honest, I didn't even know that the UK had motorcycles. What motorcycles are made in the UK? Triumph, Norton, and CCM Bolton. I've never heard of these before. John says, I saw a lot of Honda and Toyota motorcycles in Vietnam when I visited in 2013. Dustin says, when I worked at Walmart, the door greeter always talked about her Harley and nobody believed she had one. Then one day, here she comes driving into the parking lot on it. This lady was over 80. I love that. Never mess with a woman who's got a Harley Davidson. That's one of my life rules. I'm going to leave them alone because I think of them as like tough ladies who are not to be messed with. Harley chicks. Don't mess with a Harley chick. Oh my gosh, that's too funny. What do you think about the Kawasaki? I just don't have, personally, the only motorcycles that I like are Harley Davidsons and BMW bikes. I don't particularly care about other ones that are manufactured in Japan or here in the United States. I'm sure Ford has motorcycles, but the only motorcycles that I enjoy, like I think are really cool, love the look, love the, I don't know, there's something special about them to me, are Harley Davidsons and BMWs. Dustin says, it was awesome. I'm sure people's reactions to that, Dustin, were like, what? I'm guessing some people were like fangirling, fanguying over the Harley when they saw her roll up on her Harley. That is so funny, Dustin. I love that. That day we learned to never underestimate. Seriously, Dustin? Yes. I think it can be easy when you're a younger person to look at people who are elderly, they're gray, they're retired, they move more slowly, whatever. It's easy to like look at them and think, oh, you know, they're more frail, they need more time to get around, they've got different health issues just because of their age. But honestly, as I've gotten older, not that I never didn't respect older people, I would say I've always had a respect for people older than me, because it's like, they've lived longer than me. They've got more life experience. Like their life resume is longer than mine. So respect them. I would say though, now it's like as time has gone on, I'm now in my 30s, and it's like people who, particularly like the older generations, like the boomers and the silent gen who are older than the boomers, I got a lot of respect for them. I got so much respect for the elderly. When it's, even as a millennial who grew up and has had technology in like most of my life. Like I started using like technology in middle school, and it's been obviously in my life ever since. But when I hear boomers and silent gen people talk about the diseases that they had to go through, measles, mumps, chicken pox, because they just didn't have vaccines at the time, when they talk about what else? Oh my gosh, like life before technology. And even like my mom would share stories about how growing up, it's like they had to hand wash their clothes because they didn't have all of the fancy appliances that we have now. The price it would cost you to make phone calls long distance, having to go through college and school where it's like you had to write all of your assignments. There were no calculators, so you had to do like math. And I'm just like, dude, I respect how much time it took for you guys to get things done in the olden days, because you guys didn't have all of this nice tech that we had now, and you guys had to deal with diseases that we don't have to deal with anymore these days. Mad respect for people who just, they know what it was like they had decades of experience before all this like smart technology and AI and modern medicine came along and made our lives 10 bajillion times easier than they had it growing up. So I'm like, learn from people who are much older than me, listen to their advice, respect them even more. It's like, it's just, I've become more conscious of like how tough they are, how patient they are, things that younger people take for granted that we just have and grew up with that they did not. Yes, respect the elderly. Okay. Straight Chillin says you can get a nice used BWI, maybe BMW motorcycle for $10K. Van Griffin, no. Back to the Future. When I lived in New Jersey, my boss had a 2001 BMW. Ooh, beautiful. Love it. Dustin says same. Kevin says have a wonderful rest of your day. Leaving work soon. Hope to catch you on the next stream. Sounds good, Kevin. Next stream will be tomorrow, Sunday night at 8 p.m. Central Time. Hope to see you there. If not, I will be continuing on my usual schedule. I hope you had a good day at work, a good shift at work, and you just get to go home and like chill, recover, and enjoy your weekend, Kevin. Back to the Future. We are so close to 100 likes. We're at 92, guys. Yaba says, no, Hannah does not have kids. Back to the Future. Eric Smith says, when I work for Abraham and Strauss, we had inventory. We had 50 people. Oh, yeah. Yep. I think about oh my goodness. Ooh, like, great example here, Eric. So you're talking about inventory and tracking numbers and everything. So for example, I do all of my personal finance accounting at the end of the month. And today is the last day of February. It's the end of the month for February. And for me, it's so nice because I have my computer here and I've got my spreadsheets and I can, I track everything in my spreadsheets, and it's like, all right, I've got my phone bill that I got to set up to pay. I've got my heating bill. I've got my water and utility bill. I've got my housing payment. I've got all these things, and it's like you can just look at them online and then punch them into a spreadsheet and move things around. And I'm like, oh my goodness, the idea of having to do all of this budgeting, having to write a check for my internet bill, having to write a check and having to mail it somewhere to an internet company. Oh, I'm so glad I don't have to do that kind of stuff where it's just pen and paper and mailing physical bills, like mailing things with checks, sending them off to a utility company, having to oh my gosh, I'm thinking about how you would pay your mortgage or whatever your housing payment is every month, mortgage or rent payment, having to make those payments in person. It's like, would you just write a check and then like walk it to your, like mail it to your landlord or mail it to the bank who owns the mortgage on your home? Like, I'm just like, how did they do anything before technology? Oh my gosh. Straight Chillin says, I use ChatGPT at my job all the time to figure out Excel formulas. I don't know what I would do without it. I rely on technology. Same. Well, because it saves you so much time and brain energy. John says, yeah, I had chickenpox in 2nd grade. Oh no, you had chickenpox. Dang. Did you not get the vaccine when you were a child? Pete says, quarterly taxes. Bruno Mason, welcome to adult life. Yaba says, you still use checks. Oh no, no. I don't use checks ever unless I have to. I always keep a checkbook on hand, but I never use checkbooks at this point. I mean, I never will have to send checks for anything. It's like once in a blue moon. Eric, yep, you had to have postage stamps, exactly. Adirondack Enlightenment, I pay for my house in person in cash. Pete saying hi to Back to the Future. Dustin, I started paying my own bills and budgeting with Chex checkbook. What a relief when online bill pay became a thing. Yes, it's so convenient. It's so convenient. I have all of my bills set up so that they will, like, I will get a notification of an upcoming bill in my email inbox. It's like, hello, Hannah, your electricity bill is due on March 6th. Your T-Mobile phone bill is due on March 10th. It's like I get all of these notifications of like the due dates, and I can schedule payments early if I want to make sure it gets there on time. And it's so organized, and I don't have to keep track of all these things. And I think about how many times it's like people would have to sit down and like write the dollar amount to the penny on a check, and then get an envelope. You had to have an envelope. You had to address it to the right place. I'm sure people wrote the wrong address sometimes. Make sure you had a postage stamp to put on the envelope, put it in the mail, and make sure you get it in the mail early enough so that it gets to the place on time and you're not charged for a late bill. Oh my God, no. I'm so glad I don't have to deal with that kind of payment anymore. Pete says, I refuse to pay the extra fees. Some places don't have extra fees, so it's one of those things you have to check. Dustin, oh my, and exactly, you would have to buy the stamps, buy the envelopes, and make sure that you get your bill, that envelope with the check inside of it, make sure you get it posted in the mail so that it reaches the utility company or the bank or whoever you owe the money to. You have to post it early enough to make sure it reaches them and they can cash the check by the due date for whatever it is they're billing you for. I'm like, no, I am so grateful. I don't have to spend hours of my life doing all of that work, and I can use those hours to watch TV, do YouTube, do workouts, do fun stuff with, it's like I think of just the amount of time people had to spend doing all of this housekeeping work and billing work, and we just don't have to do it like that anymore. That is such a gift, I think. Straight Chillin says I have to pay my rent with handwritten checks. Interesting. Yeah, I've had to look up how to write checks too whenever I've had these one-off times where I'm like, okay, how do you write, like what? How do you write the dollar amount? And you want to make sure it's not written incorrectly, because then it's like, well, that's going to delay things. But I've had to do that too. All Hydraulics, I'm half white, half black. Ritu, I'm doing good. Back to the Future saying hi to Eric. Ooh, we're 4 likes away, guys, from 100 likes. And then sometimes people's checks got lost or stolen in the mail. Exactly. I think about being able to make electronic payments these days, and you don't have to worry about all these dang issues, all these pitfalls with mailing a physical check. When you had to mail physical checks, I would be worried about, if I had to do this, I would be so concerned about running out of postage stamps, posting the check too late so that it wouldn't reach the place on time, writing the correct address on the envelope. And what was another thing you just said? And then stolen, like having, it's like you could do all the right steps, write the check correctly, get the postage stamp, write the correct address on the envelope, put it in the mail a week ahead of time so it would reach your destination on time, and then someone could just steal it in the mail. And then your billing company is going to say, hey, didn't get your check, you're late, now you have a late fee. No. Gianna Forever, so good to see you. Ultra Edits VN, Gianna Forever. Oh, with the hand emojis, love to see it. Andrew Abuga, hello and thank you so much. Be sure to vote in the poll if you haven't yet, guys. Ooh, this game is spicy. I love it. Yaba says, same here. Most of my outgoings are automatic, but buying an animal feed, etc., is still by check. Interesting. I think it's interesting the certain products or businesses that require you to still write a check. Van Griffin. Yeah, we are so close to 100 likes, guys. Yay. Incognito said hi. Back to the Future saying hi to Gianna Forever. Ritu. Sure, you can ask the question. No guarantee that I'll answer it, though. Some questions I don't answer. Ergo Videoasis, hello. Michael Grimes. Good to see you, too. Back to the Future. Yeah, we're at 99 likes. Oh, we're so close. Frank Hines, our mailboxes have little openings. You can't open them up anymore. True. But some people just have regular mailboxes. It's like it could still get stolen. We made it. Yep. Thank you, Straight Chillin', for calling that out. We made it to 100 likes. Yes. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. 101 now. Love it, love it. All right, guys, vote in the poll. It's only going to be open for another minute or so. Guess, in case you can't read it or you don't know where the poll question is or you don't know what it's asking. Oh God. This game, Newcastle versus Everton. Crazy. Wow. Okay, what was I gonna, please don't repeat questions, Van Griffin. So vote in the poll question, which is, guess which Shakespeare play I've been in. The options are Harry Potter, Macbeth, Romeo and Juliet, A Midsummer Night's Dream. Once again, there is a trivia question. It's right here for some of you, or it's in the chat. The question is, guess which Shakespeare play I've been in. Harry Potter, Macbeth, Romeo and Juliet, or A Midsummer Night's Dream. All right. Incognito, I have a coworker with freckles. She's very handsome, something special. Awesome. Yep, White Lightning. The giant chapstick is here. Boom. Duke Cannon. And also, guys, this is one of my member emojis. So you can use this as a member emoji if you're a member. Yaba, in the Highlands, cash is still king, no tax? No tax? What? Are there no taxes in Scotland? There are taxes in Scotland. Residents pay Scottish income tax ranging from 19% to 48%. What do you mean by no tax? Straight Chillin'. Do you know if most of your correct answers for your polls are in 2, 3, or 4 slots? I don't know. I mix it up every time. White Lightning, does that chapstick last you 5 years? Not 5 years, because I have run through, multiple Duke Cannons in my life. But I would say one of these guys lasts at least 3 months. But I think it's like closer to 6 months. Hard to say, because I've never actually tracked it. Hello, Francis Assisi. All right, guys, I am going to close this poll. Ritu, no pets. I don't want pets right now. I don't want to spend the time or the money upkeeping pets right now. I don't have the time. I think it's Macbeth, but I voted Romeo and Juliet. Okay, guys, trivia question number 2. Let's do it. Guess which Shakespeare play I've been in. Interesting. Okay, Romeo and Juliet destroyed the competition. I've never been in Romeo and Juliet, so it's not that. Harry Potter came in second place, which is so disappointing, guys. Harry Potter is not a Shakespeare play, so it's not Harry Potter. A Midsummer Night's Dream came in third. Yes, I had to play Helena in A Midsummer Night's Dream in 10th grade English class. We had studied A Midsummer Night's Dream, and as part of that unit, my English teacher made us perform A Midsummer Night's Dream. And I was like, no, why? Why do we have to do that? Can we just read it and be done with it? But no, we had to act out A Midsummer Night's Dream. So I was like, all right, I'm not gonna just blow this off because I wanna get a good grade in English. So I played Helena in A Midsummer Night's Dream. I had a magic wand, all of this fun stuff. So congrats to, let's see, only 14% of you got it right. A Midsummer Night's Dream. Not Romeo and Juliet, Rated Frog. I figured, honestly, I was thinking A Midsummer Night's Dream would get not as many votes because it's not as famous as Romeo and Juliet or Macbeth. At least I don't think it's as popular. YK says yes. John Puntney says, oh wow, my sister played Puck. Oh, that's so cool. YK UK, I studied at Yale University for my undergrad. White Lightning says no Hamlet performance. No, I've only ever played in one Shakespeare play in my life, and that was A Midsummer Night's Dream. No other Shakespeare plays. I wouldn't say I'll never play in another one. I don't have any plans to be a player in a Shakespeare play anytime soon, but if the opportunity came and it seemed fun and worthwhile, I'd probably do it. Yeah, but no paperwork, no trace of exchange money, just a straight deal, no tax to pay. That's sounding like tax evasion. Yeah, but I don't know how I feel about that. YK so hard you can't improvise? Oh, you mean acting in a play? You have to memorize your lines in plays. Back to the Future Awesome Hannah, sounds like you had a lot of great times as a child based on your polls you give us every live stream. Yeah, I feel like I enjoyed where I went to school. I enjoyed my family outings. I enjoyed all the sports I got to play. My friends. Just, yeah, it was a nice way to grow up. On Shakespeare, says YK UK. Lucky Shamrock left a like. Thank you. Yep, we're at 102 likes, so we made it to 100, guys. Walleye John is coming in with the church question. TBD. We'll see. I think I'm going to hop off here, though, because it's now 2 hours on here. Yep, you got it. Tax. Game over. John says, I know in some rural neighborhoods where relatives live, they also prefer cash as well. The Russian says, hello, hello, how are you? Kak de la, the Russian. I want to remind you guys of my next live stream. Hello, Michael Grimes. Frank says, our mail, wait, oh, hold on, that's way old. Reminder that my next live stream is tomorrow night, Sunday, at 8 p.m. Central Time. I'll probably be cooking tomorrow, not gonna lie. Another kitchen stream because I've got some meal prepping that I gotta get done. And then I've got shout outs that I gotta do now. Okay, so we had several mods today. We had John Puntney, CL Hinton, Happy Life, and Back to the Future. So there were 4 mods today out of, I think, 5 total. So thank you to my 4 incredible mods who were here today. There were also lots of great donos. Let's do the donos. There was a super chat from Hardeep Singh. There were gifts from Ernest, Tennessee Chin, and Dustin MT. And then Frank Hines rejoined the channel as a member. He joined the Health Huddle membership level. So thank you, Frank, for becoming a member of the channel. If you guys want to become members, just go to my channel homepage and there's a join button and you click it and it's like a monthly subscription. Bonus content if you're interested. Peace out, says Straight Chillin'. Yaba says, can you remember any lines from your Shakespeare role? I can't remember from A Midsummer Night's Dream, but I love Romeo and Juliet, and there's a few lines I can remember from that. There's a line of that Romeo says, and it goes, but soft, what light through yonder window breaks? For some reason, I always remember that Romeo line. Tronics Engineering, hello. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you, Dustin, again for the gift you sent earlier. Back to the Future, yes. Have a great afternoon. Have a great afternoon. I feel like I forgot shout outs, but I think I got them all. The gifts and the channel memberships. Thank you to all of my channel members. I love having you guys. I am going to be posting members only content today. Thank you for voting in my polls. Those were fun ones today. And yeah, I think that's it. Thanks again to my mods, everyone who left comments and being respectful. Joe Sensei, this is awesome. Thank you so much. Let me get this. Yay! Joe Sensei, it's already been 3 months. All the more reason whenever I see people using their member milestone badges or member emojis or joining the channel memberships, I'm like, ooh, gotta keep the members only content train going. So I will be posting members only content this weekend. Joe Sensei, let me make sure to grab that for the shout outs. I like to give people who donate and contribute a shout out after every live stream. Wow, that was a fast 3 months, Joe Sensei. 3-month milestone chat for him. Joe Sensei said, hi, you made it right at the very end. Ritu, Joe, Back to the Future, and Dono Wow. Awesome. Yes, thank you again to channel members. I appreciate you guys so much. And yeah, that's it for the Saturday pop-up live stream. I will be back on this live. I will be doing another live stream tomorrow, Sunday night, 8 p.m. Central Time. We will be able to discuss the Chelsea versus Arsenal game that's happening tomorrow morning for me. We'll see how it goes, but it should hopefully be a great game. Danny, I'm just watching a replay, so I don't know what the result of this is. All right, I gotta bug out and get some stuff done because it's already after 2 p.m. So I'm gonna take care now, but I will see you guys at the live stream tomorrow night, Sunday night, 8 p.m. Central Time. Bye.